There's a bait that reproduces every 6 weeks in a bucket of warm water. Not a factory, not a hatchery. A 5-gallon bucket on your back porch. You buy 12 for $1.80 at any pet store in the country. Within 3 months, you have 100. Within 6 months, 1,000. A self-replicating bait factory that fits on your porch and costs nothing. This bait catches more catfish, more stripers, and more flatheads than any plastic lure, rubber worm, or scented dip ever manufactured. The color is visible underwater from 30 feet in murky water. The movement triggers predatory instinct in every ambush feeder alive. The scent matches what large fish evolved to hunt for millions of years. A single one on a circle hook outfishes an entire tackle box. The bait industry in America generates over $4 billion per year, selling you plastic that does not move and rubber that does not smell. This bait is alive. It moves. It flashes. It panics on the hook. And it is illegal to use as live bait in 38 American states. Not regulated, not restricted. Illegal. A crime to put it on a hook. The official reason is that this bait is invasive and spreads too easily. The real reason is that this bait threatens $4 billion. The bait industry cannot compete with something that reproduces for free. The lure industry cannot compete with something that actually moves. So they lobbied to ban it in state after state after state. They made it illegal to use the most effective live bait on Earth. Welcome to American Fishing Essentials. Subscribe and hit the bell. This bait is the common goldfish, Carassius auratus, the same animal sitting in bowls on kitchen counters across America, the same animal domesticated over 1,000 years ago by the Chinese, who understood something that America was told to forget completely. Goldfish are not decorations. They are the most effective live bait that freshwater fishing has ever known, and it is not even close. The science is devastating for every company selling artificial bait. Goldfish are bright orange. In murky water, that color stands out, like a neon sign against a dark, muddy bottom. Predators evolve for this. The University of Wisconsin documented 47% more strikes on gold-colored live bait than identical-sized silver bait in turbid water. The color alone nearly doubles your catch rate in any murky lake. Goldfish on a hook panic, dart, flash, and vibrate nonstop. That erratic movement creates pressure waves on every lateral line of every predator within 50 feet. A plastic lure sits still. A goldfish broadcasts distress signals 24 hours a day. The scent is the third layer. Stressed goldfish release amino acids that catfish barbels have evolved to detect over millions of years. Color plus movement plus scent, 3 layers at once. No lure does that. Now I need to be honest with you about something important. There is way too much science behind this to fit in one video. The photoreceptor research, the lateral line triggering data, the amino acid profiles by species, the breeding tank blueprints that produce 500 bait per month from a bucket on your porch. I could not fit all of that here even if this was 3 hours long. So I put everything inside the angler's vault. The complete goldfish bait system with the university data by species and the legal state-by-state guide are all organized in there. The link is in the description right below this video right now. But stay here, because the history behind this ban is the part that should genuinely make every angler in America angry. The goldfish was domesticated in China over 1,000 years ago, not as a pet, as a food source and as a bait source together. Chinese fishermen along the Yangtze used goldfish as live bait centuries before Europeans knew the fish existed at all. The bright color that makes goldfish decorative in a bowl is the same color that makes them lethal on a hook in dark water. The Chinese understood this. They bred goldfish in ponds alongside the fish they wanted to catch, a closed-loop bait production system. Free bait forever, no bait shop needed, no recurring purchase. The Japanese adopted the practice and refined it further. Samurai-era fishermen kept goldfish pools specifically for bait. The practice survived for centuries because it simply worked. When goldfish arrived in America in the 1800s, they came as ornamental pets. The fishing application was never taught. The bait industry was already forming around minnow trapping and selling. A self-reproducing bait that cost nothing threatened that business model. The industry grew, the lobbying began, the bans followed, and the most effective live bait on Earth became illegal to use. If you have made it this far, you already understand more about live bait than 99% of anglers standing in a tackle shop right now. Subscribe and share this with every angler who deserves to know what $4 billion of lobbying has kept hidden from all of us. Everything the industry buried is inside the vault. The link is in the description right below this video now. Stay with me, because the investigation into the ban starts right now. The bait industry in America operates on a simple principle. Scarcity creates recurring revenue. Bait that dies creates repeat customers. You buy shiners on Saturday. They die by Sunday. You buy more next week. The entire $4 billion model depends on bait that expires. A goldfish in a bucket on your porch does not expire. It multiplies. A single breeding pair produces 300 to 1,000 fry every 6 weeks in water above 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Those fry reach bait size in 8 to 12 weeks. Within 6 months, one pair becomes a self-sustaining colony. You never buy bait again for the rest of your fishing life. The bait industry sees this math, and it terrifies them completely. If 10% of America's 48 million anglers switch to self-bred goldfish bait, the industry loses $480 million in annual recurring revenue. If 20% switch, that number approaches $1 billion lost. Now, the invasive species argument deserves honest examination. Yes, goldfish survive in the wild. They are hardy, adaptable fish. But here is what the ban narrative leaves out every single time. Goldfish have been present in American waterways since the 1800s. Over 150 years of goldfish in the wild. In that time, no native fish species has gone extinct due to goldfish. No ecosystem has collapsed because of goldfish populations. The ecological impact is classified as moderate and localized. Compare this to the common carp, which was intentionally introduced by the United States government in the 1870s. Carp cause dramatically more ecological damage than goldfish. Carp are not banned as bait in most states, they are encouraged. It was never about ecology, it was always about economics. The states that ban goldfish as bait maintain thriving bait industries. The states that allow goldfish as bait have not experienced disasters. Now, here is exactly how to breed goldfish for bait where it is legal. Buy 12 feeder goldfish at any pet store for about $1.80. Get a 30-gallon plastic storage container from any hardware store. Fill it with dechlorinated water and add a simple sponge filter. Keep the water above 68 degrees for breeding to start. Add a few artificial plants or spawning mops for egg attachment. Feed standard fish flakes once daily. That is the entire setup. Within 2 to 4 weeks, the females will be visibly full of eggs. Spawning happens in the early morning. Eggs attach to the plants. Remove the adults after spawning, or they will eat the eggs. Fry hatch in 4 to 7 days depending on water temperature. Feed the fry crushed flakes or powdered fry food 3 times daily. Within 8 weeks, the fry reach 1 to 2 inches in size. That is perfect bait size for catfish and most freshwater predators. One breeding cycle produces 300 to 1,000 fry. The cycle repeats every 6 weeks, as long as conditions are maintained. By month 6, you will have more bait than you can possibly use. Now, the species that respond strongest to goldfish as live bait. Flathead catfish are the undisputed champion of goldfish response. Flatheads are ambush predators that prefer live prey above all else. A 4-inch goldfish on a circle hook at night is flathead perfection. The color visibility in dark water gives goldfish an enormous advantage. Channel catfish respond nearly as well, especially in muddy rivers. The amino acid scent trail from a stressed goldfish on a hook reaches catfish barbels from remarkable distances downstream. Striped bass hit goldfish with explosive aggression in open water. The erratic swimming pattern of a hooked goldfish mimics wounded. Shad largemouth respond well in murky water where the gold color advantage. Now, the species where goldfish bait does not give you any advantage. Trout in clear cold streams do not respond to goldfish consistently. The water temperature is too cold for goldfish to remain active on the hook. A sluggish, cold goldfish loses the movement advantage that makes it work. Crappie prefer smaller bait profiles than most goldfish provide. The regulations vary dramatically by state, and you must check yours. In 12 states, goldfish are completely legal as live bait right now. In several more, they are legal with restrictions on disposal. The key rule in every state that allows them is simple. Never release a live goldfish into any body of water. Ever. Use them on the hook. Take unused bait home. Dispose responsibly. This eliminates the invasive species concern entirely. The only argument remaining is the economic one that the industry. Now think about everything you just learned in this video today. A bait that reproduces every 6 weeks from a bucket on your porch. 3 layers of attraction that no artificial lure can replicate. 47% more strikes documented in university research, banned in 38 states to protect a $4 billion industry, 150 years of goldfish in American waters with 0 extinctions, $1.80 at any pet store for a lifetime supply of live bait. The bait industry spent millions making sure you would never know. The ban protects their revenue. It does not protect the ecosystem. And now you know what 48 million anglers were never told. I showed you the basics, but I could not show you everything. The complete breeding system with temperature charts by climate zone, the fry growth timelines, the hooking techniques by predator species, the legal state-by-state guide updated for this year, the disposal protocols. Too much critical detail to squeeze into a single video here. Everything that did not fit is organized inside the Angler's Vault. It is in the first link in the description. Grab it before this ends. Every subscription keeps the knowledge alive that the industry buried. Subscribe, hit the bell, and send this to every angler buying bait. Because $1.80 and a bucket just replaced the bait shop. The Chinese knew this 1,000 years ago, and now you know it too.